Thank you very much for your interest in this webinar and in this last open call of SMART4ALL, which, as you probably know, is a Horizon 2020 project aiming to develop a network, to form a network of digital innovation hubs that will facilitate the enhancement of technologies and acceleration in business development all over Europe, but particularly focusing on the southeastern part of Europe. It is important to know that SMART4ALL has been submitted under the umbrella of Smart Anything Everywhere, and particularly under Area 2, focusing on customized powering, cyber-physical systems, and Internet of Things, which basically gives an idea of what kind of technologies we want to fund and we want to promote. SMART4ALL is a fairly big project. It's going to be active throughout 2023. And even though this is the last international webinar specifically focusing on open calls, since this is the last open call that we are going to organize, more webinars and more activities are planned throughout 2023 in other aspects of SMART4ALL ecosystem building. So please be tuned for our next activities. I think that in order to prepare a well-suited proposal for SMART4ALL, it is important to understand the vision, the high-level idea of SMART4ALL, which is basically to operate as a bridge, to actually construct bridges between different cultures, policies, geographical areas, and application domains. And the main tool to do that is the application experiments, the reason that we are here in this webinar, which are cross-border, small cross-border projects where we want to see tangible transfer of knowledge, technologies, experience, know-how, and so on. As I said earlier, the proposal must be clearly related and focusing on these two technological areas. Customized low-energy computing and Internet of Things. Additionally, we have identified 4 specific application areas we want to promote. I will focus mainly at the 3 of them, which are digitized environment, agriculture, and transport. We want to promote these kind of application domains, and we want to promote the use of cyber-physical systems and Internet of Things in these specific application domains. Of course, we have a 4th application domain, digitized anything, for proposals that cannot fit in one of the rest of the other 3 categories. But it is important to try and categorize your work in one of these application domains. Then we move on to the objectives, the main outcomes that we want to produce from SMART4ALL, which is basically to link consortia, to link the funded consortia to investors across value chains and accelerate their solutions in these specific technological areas. To do that, another important vehicle is to develop specific and of high added value tools. It is important, it is suggested, it is urged that you are specific on what you are going to develop. What kind of tools, services, anything this project, the project that you want to get funded, is going to provide at the end of the day. From our side, it is important not only to give the funding, the money, but also make sure that what we're going to fund is going to be self-sustainable after the end of the funding period. So this is also very important to highlight in the proposal, to actually convince the reviewers that what you are proposing is indeed viable and can be a success story long after the end of the funding period here in SMART4ALL. And we are going to also help you in this direction. Finally, what I would like to highlight, emphasize, is the 4th bullet. A critical aspect of SMART4ALL is to include sensitive social groups in activities and research developments related in cyber-physical systems and Internet of Things technologies. So it is important to depict, to highlight how your proposal can be helpful, assistive to members of these sensitive social groups, or the other way around, how your experiment can get involved, can get these people involved in cyber-physical system technologies and Internet of Things. If you ask what are these sensitive social groups, please read the guide for applicants where we specifically define what we mean by this term. It is important to know that this part is an important part of the impact section. The reviewers are instructed to give special notice to that. So you should also pay attention when you are writing the proposals. As I said, the main vehicles to achieve the objective of SMART4ALL are, of course, the application experiments. I'm going to focus only on the CTTEs, since all KTEs and FTTEs are finished. We are now here for the last open call regarding cross-domain technology transfer experiments. We are talking about 9-month projects. We are offering 80,000 euros with specific rules that my colleagues are going to analyze later on. And as I said, this is the 9th and final open call of SMART4ALL. So far, we are happy and proud to say that all open calls have been quite competitive. We have received proposals of very high quality. We have funded experiments of very high added value that are making waves, if you want, even now, very shortly after the end of the funding period, and that makes us very happy. And we expect that this last open call is going to follow the same pattern. Now, apart, as I said, from the monetary incentive, the funding, we are also providing services. And this is one of the big legacies, if you want, that we want to remain active after the end of the SMART4ALL, after the end of 2023. We are providing ecosystem services. The SMART4ALL network is now fairly big, more than 950 members. So you get to be part of this large family, if you want. We are providing ethics coaching, interconnection with other ecosystems, with other funding opportunities, and so on. Business services with business coaching, pitching events, training courses. All these kind of activities are now ongoing, and we are going to emphasize them throughout 2023. And of course, technological services. Technological coaching is offered to all funded proposals, but also we are offering specific access to high-end computing centers. This is another important outcome already available from SMART4ALL, a specifically designed and developed high-performance computing center, which is available to all funded projects so far, and more and more we are going to open it to the whole SMART4ALL network ecosystem. So this is another benefit for you to be member of our network. And how can you become member, regardless if you get funded in this specific open call? How can you be member of our network? The easiest way, and the way that we are urging and suggesting, is through our marketplace. This is important for us because the marketplace is going to be the second legacy, the second big legacy that is going to be active for many years after the end of SMART4ALL, after the end of 2023. All our activities, all the information, all the outcome, and all the services that SMART4ALL has developed and is going to sustain are going to be offered through this portal. So I would like to urge you to note this URL and invite you to register from now, once again, regardless from whether you are going to get funded or not. Because by being member of this network, you are going to be aware of many more opportunities and many more activities that are coming up. At this stage, you are going to have access, it goes without saying, free of charge, to our repository, access to all the tools, services, educational material, and much more context that has been developed in SMART4ALL. Also, you get to use our matchmaking service, which is a fully automated web-based matchmaking service, which is also going to be enhanced after the end of this open call in order to promote matchmaking for any possible reason between members of our network. Since the open calls are ending, now we will facilitate the matchmaking for other activities and other collaboration between our members. You get access to all the success stories so far funded from SMART4ALL. You see what others have done, and you see and you get to get in contact with them and form more collaborations. And also get the information of this very big and expanding network comprised by more than 950 members. All the information are available through the portal and our network website. Closing, as I said, this is the last open call. So far, I think we have been quite successful since more than 36 countries have been involved in funding projects. All the application pillars have been, let's say, adequately represented. As we see, of course, digitized transport is a little bit behind, but still it is quite apparent. More than 1.6 million euros have already been funded, and we have now active projects, and of course the projects that we are going to fund through the third CTTE. So we have some work to do still. Please join us through the SMART4ALL site, newsletter, marketplace, but mainly the marketplace. From now on, all are to be on the marketplace. So we expect everyone, you to join us and get in contact and keep in touch with our activities. These are our social media. Of course, you can get information from these sources as well. And if you want more personalized information, we have contact person assigned based on the areas, the main areas that SMART4ALL is active. These are extremely experienced researchers and colleagues, and they will help you substantially in your goals. Thank you very much for your attention, and best